Hey skiers, I'm Jeff from SkiEssentials.com.
And I'm Bob. How's it going?
Bob and I are here to talk about our 2026 ski test. Seeing as today is a Friday, the day that we are launching our 2026 ski test, we thought we would do it in place and in the style of our Top 5 Fridays ski industry news videos. Early disclaimer, I'm very tired. I bet Bob is too. My eyes and my brain are slowly turning into mush from just staring at Premiere Pro for the last,
Yep.
I don't know.
Month and a half.
No.
Seems like it. It's a long process.
Yeah, yep. So anyways, today we put out our 9th annual ski test. Really excited about it. Yeah, I don't know. I was just doing some simple math. I think you wrote around 250,000 words.
Oh, wow. I didn't compile those stats.
Right. Yeah.
That's a lot.
And I have edited, I don't remember what it came out to. I think about 40 hours of footage.
Yeah.
Of I've edited more than that, but like what it's edited down to is about 40 hours. Yeah. There's 300 plus videos. It takes me generally somewhere between 15 minutes and half an hour to edit them. So you go do the math, and that's how long I've been working on it.
Yeah, these are the things that don't appear, on video. The behind-the-scenes stats, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, if anybody ever finds themselves really jealous of our jobs,
Right.
I suppose you have reason to be. We both love our jobs, and there's some really fun aspects to it. But yeah, you also have to edit a ton of video, and in Bob's position, you have to write a lot.
Yep.
So Bob kind of prepared some topics that we'll go through. Before we get to that, I guess the only other thing I wanted to say is we did a little differently this year. We wanted to get the test out as early as we could, and that basically meant that there was always some understanding internally that we probably wouldn't have every video ready. So without knowing the exact number, without having a spreadsheet to reference, I think there's probably 20 to 30 more videos that we'll be posting, kind of more slowly, more gradually over the next week or two.
Yeah.
So if you don't see the video that you're looking for, but you see the ski test page exists, then just rest assured that video will be coming.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
You want to have some top 5 ski test topics?
Yeah, I'm excited. I made it through the first 2 when you sent them to me, so I don't even know what.
No, these are framework statements and questions. So
great.
This is our 9th annual ski test. We started in 2017. And in that year, we tested 122 skis from 14 brands using 38 testers.
That was easy.
Now, in a vacuum, though, that seems like a lot.
Yeah.
122 skis.
I mean, I remember at the time I thought it was insane.
Yeah. This year, we tested over 330 skis from 20 brands using feedback from over 100 testers.
Yeah, and we've actually dialed that number back.
Yeah, we hit what, 400 and...
I think we hit 430-ish.
Yeah, that was a lot.
One year, which through experience, we were like, that's too many.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons why we thought it was too many is because it wasn't giving enough attention to each ski. We were trying to cover as many skis as we could, and what ended up happening is we had little feedback on certain skis, and that's actually a good point for me to also say that we also have more feedback to add to this year's test. That's another thing that just takes some time compiling all the data.
Right.
So you'll see it continue to grow in the weeks to come.
Speaking of feedback here, Jeff, thank you to our testers.
Yep.
I'll kind of read this off a little bit so I remember what I wrote. We feel that it's incredibly important to have a good mix of skiers and skier types. These are not all expert-level pro skiers, despite what they may say on their tester profile forms.
Yeah, everyone's an expert.
Everyone's an expert. New this year, or rather continuing this year, we're emphasizing testing skis in more variable conditions and terrain, certainly more than ever before. Since we ski and test skis throughout the season, not just in the 3-day window here at Stowe, we felt it was imperative to note where and the how of the location and surface more than ever. And a lot of this is going to come through more visually this year. We're still kind of working on how to incorporate that data in terms of conditions and terrain into more of the written format on a test page. So
it'll happen again in the coming weeks.
Yeah.
So yeah, we gathered data on location and conditions where everyone did their testing. Still, the majority of the feedback in the published test is from that 3-day event. Outside of that, it's mostly like Bob and Matt and myself, and others too, or actually quite a few more. But yeah, so we evolved into having these test cards with the feedback, the published feedback from each tester, and eventually those cards will also display location and terrain, or location and conditions. And then going forward, just to give a glimpse into the future, I think you have some questions about the future.
Yeah.
But going forward, we're going to take that another step further and include date tested. So you'll really, if you really want to, you'll be able to go back and look at we do our snow report.
Right.
You could go back on the Stowe snow report and find April. I don't know why I said April. Really
there was a lot of lovely days in April.
Whatever. And yeah, you could be like, oh, that's what the conditions were.
Yeah.
So I don't know. So some plans for evolving.
No, but and the testers are the main reason why we are able to compile this amount of data. So
100%.
They are invaluable to this whole project.
Yep.
In addition, a thank you to our brands and representatives, not just for having the availability of the product, which is a huge undertaking, but also the knowledge that they share with our testers. Because a lot of these testers, they're not like us. They don't deal with this product day in and day out. So they come in, relatively cold.
Yep.
And I think that the representatives and the brands at the test do a great job at kind of informing them. So we set them up with a card, a list of skis, and so they bring that to the rep, and they set them up with the ski and are able to kind of give them a little once over, give them their spiel while they set the bindings up, and that information. And I think that the reps have a better sense of what to tell our testers than they would just the general public. They definitely have a different kind of set of speeches.
And it's also a little different than I think just about any other ski test that I can think of, and the extreme in the other direction would be some organizations don't actually allow the reps to be there, and then some go as far as blacking out top sheets.
Yeah.
So which we've talked about before, you could black out every single top sheet. I still know I'm gonna know exactly what I'm skiing on. That would not work for me, and probably wouldn't work for you either. But yeah, we've decided that no, it's good. A tester should know that this is intended to be a fun, lightweight, all-mountain ski.
Yeah.
So they don't come away with it being well, that didn't make high-speed carving turns. This ski's bad.
Right.
They're like, oh, that makes sense. So,
yeah, it's nice to have a point of reference, I think.
Yeah.
Thank you to the brands and representatives. Couple questions
What
here.
topic are we on?
This is 4.
Oh, phew.
Yeah,
right.
we're flying.
I thought we were on 1 still. No. And I was like, how long are we going to be here?
No, this is now more of a Q&A part.
Perfect.
What was your favorite ski of the ski test that kind of that you weren't expecting? I think
the
you and I.
3-day test?
Yeah, let's do the 3-day test.
I was quite impressed by the new Declivity 88C.
Yep. Yeah, those are great. And
really good.
I also feel like that's something that you wouldn't normally say. If someone said, "Hey, I wonder what Jeff's favorite ski was."
It wasn't the Declivity 88C, but it genuinely impressed me.
Yeah. No, I think that, and that's one of the things that I want to do.
What's yours?
For the ski test?
Yeah, because Bob and I tested more during our
Yeah.
ski test this year, which was fun.
The one that jumped off the snow for me the most was the Faction Dancer
You
79.
did a lot of jumps.
I did some bouncing, some bouncy skiing.
Just kidding. I couldn't pass
Yeah.
up the
No,
pun.
that new ski, now the narrowest of the
Yeah.
dancers, was really impressive,
which
especially
is
in
right there.
Yep, right behind the wall.
Behind that pink one. Yep.
Yep. Number 5 here, Jeff.
Yep.
What's new for next year? This is kind of our looking into the future. It's going to be our 10th ski test.
Yeah.
Anything you want to see more of? And I'll kind of open this up to the audience as well.
Yeah, I'd love the audience input here because probably the biggest thing that I'll say is we have been discussing internally ways to make our ski test a little bit more public facing. And we are considering having a bigger but still private event at a different mountain that I will hesitate to name because nothing is set in stone yet. But yeah, there may be an opportunity to like literally buy a lift ticket to a private mountain for like $50 and come test skis.
That'd be sweet.
So that would be pretty cool. And then like the other big thing for me is just expanding this testing all year long concept.
Yep.
And really dialing in the dates and the conditions and the terrain and all that stuff. Because I think that's important. You know, like I had a different experience on the QST line in Switzerland than I did in Stowe.
Right.
And I think it's just interesting to get different feedback.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. And I think that those things kind of even winnowing it down even more to individual experiences.
Yeah.
Like Switzerland on this day was far different than
Yeah.
Stowe on this day because we actually had a bunch of really nice QST soft snow days that
Yeah.
were just like beautiful ski days.
Yeah.
So
Some of our reps tried to get us to condense the ski test. I promise we won't do that. We're gonna start posting their cell phone numbers and email and on YouTube, and we'll let the audience call them and say, no, we need your brand there 4 days.
yeah, I mean, it opens it up to the public more, just like you were saying.
Exactly. Yeah, that's all I got, I think.
Yeah, I think I would like to see I know we talk about this a lot, just kind of a better way to filter down through skis.
From the published test?
From the published test.
Yeah.
So
More
that's
filters.
more filters.
Yep.
Because even with how we break it down into frontside, all mountain, free
Yeah,
ride,
there's
brand,
still a lot.
identifying with the tester, there's all sorts of ways to get a list down to a reasonable amount. But, you know, in my mind, I'm like, ooh, sliding scales and drop downs and different
Yeah.
things. And
Yeah, and we've talked about that too, and it's tough.
yeah,
It's not as simple as it might seem.
right. Yeah, I think that would be, that would be a big undertaking, but certainly helpful for.
Because it's not all quantitative, you know?
Right.
And then it's like eating into our concept of ski performance being subjective if
Right.
we're like putting things into buckets.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, totally.
but yeah, worth pursuing in some capacity.
Well, that's all I have. Those are my 5 topics and/or questions.
Cool.
Yeah.
I got a par 3 scramble I got to go win.
Sweet.
So yeah, anyways, I hope everyone really likes the test. Definitely let us know what you think. If you've got questions, if you've got comments, if you have recommendations, if you have things that you want to see, all of that we'd love to hear. I certainly cannot promise that we can do everything that is requested, but certainly would love the feedback. And yeah, we got probably 20 to 30 more videos to share, probably who knows, probably like 400 to 500 different lines of feedback to work into the test. And then pretty soon we'll be right into 2026 ski comparisons.
Yeah, and then on to the 2027 ski test.
Yeah,
It happens fast.
yeah, good point. Yeah, we'll be building the initial spreadsheet for 2027 like before you know it.
Yep.
So anyways, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoy the ski test. I think I end this with let us know if you have any questions, and we'll see you out there on the slopes. And then you end with what?
Bye.